And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Air Podcast After Hours Edition. We're joined with something with a couple different lovely ladies, and we got something different for you guys. We're going to do 1 conservative versus 9 Miami ladies. Let's get into it. Let's go! Nobody cares, bro. Get out. Get out. Go. Put your shoes on outside. You don't got to put them on in here. I know the light is not as what seems. I must believe in something, so I'll make myself believe it this time. All right, and we are back. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fresh Air Podcast After Hours Edition, man. We're joined with some lovely ladies. Got something a little bit different, man. If this is the test experiment pod. If it goes well, then we'll keep doing these in the future. But hey, man, we're about to put Jubilee out of business. Chris, you got anything? Oh.
I know the girls have no headphones on, so I look weird doing this shit. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to you guys. I wanted a little bit more girls, but girls be flaking like. Whatever, like nobody's business. So we do it live. I see why Jubilee don't do it live, man. They pre-record the shit and they fucking, and they, I'm sure they do some fuck shit. Yeah, edits and shit. So yeah, anyways, W chat.
Bro, nobody does any of this shit live, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy,
We're crazy
bro.
for doing it live.
And you know what? Guys, guess what? No Fresh!
So, I'm surprised he's not here. I thought he was going to show up.
I said Fresh if you want to show up, let me know. But Fresh taking a break, bro.
W Fresh.
So y'all ninjas can't complain about Fresh now.
That's true. They're about to put a bunch of W's in the chat or some shit.
They're going to complain about something.
And chat, I am sober, by the way. Yet. Soon. Might be tipsy.
Also, you guys are probably going to notice that the cameras are probably going to be a little bit better. I'm already noticing it. We got TPC Films in the house. He helped
shout out
out
to you, man.
with setting up the cameras and the different angles. So you guys are probably going to notice a facelift on the show. And we didn't get no new equipment, man. We just had a guy that actually knows what the fuck he's doing with the cameras. So, yeah. Anything else?
Oh, chat spam W.
Yeah, yeah. I knew they were going to spam W, bro.
Chris, where can they find you?
Find me on onlyfans.com/IronPoxon. Let's go.
Yeah, and guys, we're live on all the platforms. Literally, we're live on Myron Gaines X. We're live on YouTube, both YouTube channels, mine and on Fresh and Fit. So more than likely, we're probably going to funnel everybody over to Fresh and Fit on Rumble after this when it's all said and done. But we are live everywhere. We got like already a bunch of people watching. So,
bro, I've never seen this much W's in a chat before.
Yeah, bro. It's literally, well, it's because, do we have all the platforms in there, Bills? Literally, like all the chat's going crazy.
Yeah, because
from all the different. Yeah, because Myron Gaines X is in there too.
Well, that and no Fresh.
Hey, okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah, shout out to Fresh, man. Yeah, Fresh is our dog, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's the? So we're gonna do the first prompt, right?
Yeah, the first prompt.
Okay.
So, do we have any chats to read first?
Oh yeah, we could read some chats first.
No chats first.
No chats? No chats. All right, guys, get your chats in now, and then what I'll do is after we do the first prompt, we'll kind of go from there. And the way it's gonna work, guys, is gonna be very similar. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my position. And then the girls will go ahead and raise the paddle up, and if they raise it up, we'll go on speed. We're not going to have them fight over the chair. That's kind of, it's kind of messed up. So whoever raises the paddle up fastest comes to the table, and then we can have a discussion and kind of go from there. So what's the first prompt on there, Bills?
Guys,
for us?
Stop with the W's already, all right? We're past that already.
Okay, so the first one, guys, and we have it right here on the screen for you guys, is the gender pay gap is not real. Again, the topic is the gender pay gap is not real. So if you disagree, in other words, I don't think that women earning less than men is real. So if anybody wants to come in and have a discussion on it, you're more than welcome. Put up your paddle. I don't know. Everybody terrified? Well, it is Miami.
You got something to say? Me?
Yeah, come on up. Come on up.
Oh, okay.
Don't be scared. Yeah, go ahead. And you can ask me to, if you want me to like clarify or anything like that, feel free. But yes, the gender pay gap is not real.
Are you saying that women have the same opportunities as men in pay raises? Is that what you're saying?
I think women actually have more opportunities than men.
Is
not the same. I would argue.
In corporate world?
Yes.
I I disagree because I feel like women tend to, I feel like women tend to deal with more sexual harassment in the workplace. So if they are getting promoted, it's probably not like because they're actually qualified. It's probably just because she looks the best. So I don't think that the actually qualified women who like take their time and like take the educational routes are getting the same pay because they're not as desirable by the men in those fields that are appointing the people. But I do think it's more like on the equal scale than it used to be back in the day. I don't think women are like so far behind from men. I would say if men are here, women are probably like right here. Like we're not like, it's not as much of the gap as it used to be back in the day.
Okay, so my thing is I think like basically the reason why there is a gap is because, well, I'll kind of give you my full position. I think there is no gender pay gap, and I think women earn less because they deserve less. And I think there's a multitude of different reasons why I have that position, why women deserve less when it comes to how much they get paid. But to go to what you said when it comes to like sexual harassment or them getting the job, I think that kind of adds more, power to my argument where women are getting positions even though they're not qualified because they're women. Now you're saying why? Because sexual harassment, but it doesn't change the fact that like they're still getting the positions even though they're not as qualified. And I would argue a lot of the times when women get sexually harassed, that's from them making bad decisions on how they dress and how they behave. I think sexual harassment, a lot of it has to do with the woman's behaviors because sexual harassment means you're being objectified. I think for you to be objectified, you have to objectify yourself first, which I think women chronically objectify themselves first, then get mad when men objectify them in response.
Oh. Oh, well,
I threw all that out there. So first I said women earn less because they deserve less. That's the first thing I said.
Okay, so on we deserve less.
Yes.
Are you making that statement in the assumption that you want us at home? And that we work less because we have to take more care of the home and men are more outside than women are?
Well, that's a part of it. But like if everything is all equal, the reason why women earn less. Oh, someone else wants to come in? Yeah, sure. Did we have? Oh yeah, ladies. By the way, if you don't think she's doing a good job, raise your paddle up, and then if we get like a majority, then she'll get kicked off.
I was just laughing.
But do we have a majority? We don't have a majority yet, right? Okay, how many girls have a paddle up? Do we have 6?
All of them.
Oh damn, they all want you gone. Okay, fair enough. All right. That's brutal. Okay, who's up next? Who wanted to come up?
She did.
Oh yeah. That's fine.
Coco or you? You want to go? So she's closest.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's closest.
And then you can rotate if needed. Hi. Okay. Hi. What's your name, by the way? Introduce yourself real quick to the people. Name,
Rashida.
age, and where you're from.
Rashida, aka Miss Sheeta, baby.
Okay.
I'm 26. I'm from here.
From Miami. Okay.
From Miami. Honestly, oh, sorry. My apologies. I believe what you're saying.
Hey y'all.
It is a difference between men and women in the age gap. I do understand what you're saying. Men are more qualified in some industries. Tons of industries. Men are more qualified to make more money and be able to surpass women. Definitely. In certain things, construction, certain different type of carpentry industry, all different types of industries, especially even in the automobile industry, even in tons of industries, they out-surpass women. So, of course, they're supposed to get paid more money, and they're supposed to be given more money. But at the same time, women do have opportunities where they surpass men as well, where men can't reach their pay scale and women can reach the men pay scale, but they're going to have to work harder. You have to put forth more work and more energy and a lot of more things to be able to reach at a man. But in my opinion, women do deserve, if they work hard enough, to be able to be paid on a male scale. But at the same time, some certain things are more qualified. Certain more money for men is more qualified for men specifically because of that.
I see your perspective, but what you're making the argument for is like you're saying you want equality of opportunity, which that's fine, but the reality is a lot of times it's they get equality of outcome, which is basically women want the same pay for doing less work. Like across the board, women work less hours, they work less dangerous jobs, they take less risks, They're more likely to take vacation, more likely to take paternity leave, of course. Women just don't work as hard as men in general, and they don't go into certain professions that pay more. And women also don't negotiate for higher rates of pay. They're more agreeable, which being more agreeable also lends to you earning less money. So in general, there's a multitude of different reasons why women earn less, but I would argue the reason why women earn less most of the time is because they actually deserve less.
Not all the time. Sometimes women do the same amount of level as other as other males
Such
in
as?
the industry. Like, for example, I had a job last week that I was doing 10 times more work than the men. We were setting up a basketball tournament for all the different high schools, everything, setting up the whole auditorium, setting up the whole main place at the Fort Lauderdale arena.
Well, but there's a bunch of different factors that go in, like experience, education, background, all of these things play into a role.
But I was doing more work than all of the men. And of course the men, because of my appearance, sometimes I don't show up ugly. I don't show up looking a hot mess like everybody else. So, I don't look like the heavy duty like you're supposed to. So they might get a call back, but I don't get a call back.
Was this like a physical manual labor job or something? Or what were you doing?
I do physical manual labor jobs.
Like, so you're setting up the basketball court?
We were setting up basketball courts. Basketball courts have to be set up in order for arenas.
Yeah.
Whether they switch it between
So you're saying that you're doing more work than the guys,
types.
and you're saying you
And
get
that's
paid
what I'm
less than
saying.
them? Or the same?
We're getting the same. And some of them I was getting paid more. Believe it or not.
Okay, and you're a woman.
And I'm a woman. But at the same time, certain things are more qualified than women. And certain things, women are more qualified than men. In
what ways would the women be more qualified?
Think about it. Women take over makeup, hair, food, especially baking, especially kids' lifestyle on YouTube. Even on YouTube, they trump when it comes to.
I mean, I wouldn't consider YouTube like a real, career field like that. Even though I'm in this industry, I still wouldn't. I still to this day don't consider this like a real job. It's a lot of work, but I still don't. I don't know. Put it the same level. Yeah, I mean, I see your argument, but typically wherever there's men and women competing, men just outperform the women because men tend to be better than women at many things, and men a lot of times have a higher incentive to work harder than women. Like, women sometimes work hard, that's great, but it's a choice for them. Oh, do we have a majority of women that are majority of you guys?
Majority of women.
Okay,
Sorry.
they're tired of you. All good. Who's up next? Oh, go ahead. So my position again is that the wage gap does not exist, so we'll kind of try to stick on that if we can.
Yeah, you were saying women deserve less, but how did you get here and who raised you?
I don't know what that has to do with the argument, but...
Because we have to take on a lot more things than men do.
Okay.
Have you ever known a man to bear a child?
What does that have to do with the wage gap?
You said, well, the main point you were making is women deserve less. So
Yes, when it comes to being in the work field and making money and being in the workforce, women earn less because they deserve less most of the time. For the reasons I mentioned, they work less hours, they don't work as dangerous jobs, it's experience, education, all of these factors play in. And basically what happened was when we talk about the wage gap, right, they say like the man earns $1 and the woman earns 80 cents. That comes from all working men versus all working women. So all working men versus all working women, that doesn't account for education, all the other things that play into, the situation as to why women get paid less. But being a mom or motherly duty doesn't really have to do with this.
I mean, it kind of does. Women are encouraged a lot of times not to work and to be stay-at-home moms and to take care of children. So
I would argue it's the other way now. It used to be like that way.
Well, I know, but as a society...
But women are literally incentivized now to be single and pursue a career and education over a family.
So the wage gap is closing due to that reason, right? Because we're actually pursuing things
Well,
in education?
to a degree it is closing, but women still choose jobs a lot of the times that don't pay as much. Women are more interested in jobs that, social work, jobs that like teaching, jobs that have to deal with people, and those typically don't pay as much as like science, technology, engineering, math, or blue collar jobs, which also pay a lot.
What were your other points?
That's it?
What were your other points, though?
No, that was it. I was just, my position is that women earn less because they deserve less most of the time.
I don't think they deserve less.
Okay, why do you not think they deserve less?
Because they might work lower wage jobs, but they're doing way more to benefit the community. If it's social work, if it's whatever you just said.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you typically get paid on the value that you provide, right? And then how rare is that value? So, for example, a regular doctor might make $100,000 a year, but a brain surgeon is making $500 to $1 million a year. Why? Because you have to go to school longer. That skill is very precise, and it's difficult to find that skill set. So they're able to charge more. So the amount of value he provides is enormous, and only he can provide it.
Yeah, but value is intrinsic. So to an individual, they can decide what they find valuable or not. I know, obviously, healthcare. Everyone needs healthcare, so that's different. But
yeah, but the point I'm trying to establish with that example is that the market dictates the value. So social workers, they're a dime a dozen. Every girl that graduates from college wants to be a social worker, but not everyone can be a brain surgeon, for example. So it's hard to do it. There's a high gap to get in, and then obviously it's really needed because if you need a brain surgery or whatever, there's only a few people in your state that could do it. Hence why they get paid more.
What does that have to do with men and women, though? You're just talking about brain surgeons now.
I was giving you the example as to why
Stupid.
adding value, right, is how you get paid. Because you were saying, oh, well, women do great work. That's true. But that job is replaceable by being a social worker versus being a brain surgeon. Does that make sense?
It does.
All right. Okay. Who's up next? Or did you guys want, or no, nobody else had it? Okay.
I think we all agree with you.
Now you guys agree? You guys all think women are just that easy? Women deserve less? Just like that, women deserve less?
No, women don't deserve that.
Okay.
I think the way you're saying it. Oh.
Okay, if you guys think women deserve less, then come on. Or you don't think they deserve less, go ahead.
Okay, I think the way you're saying it is coming off kind of condescending versus if you were to be like, men do more because they're physically able to do more. So yes, you should be paying them more.
Hence, women deserve less.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Same conclusion.
But in that same stance, like, I mean, it's really hard to disagree with you. It's just the way you're saying it's coming off kind of like, ugh.
Well, I mean, it's true. The reality is that women tend to not work as hard as men because you guys don't have the same
Well, I mean, if it came to
incentive to
like
work hard.
getting like drafted for the war, I mean, I'm happy to choose you over me any day.
Sure,
Yeah, if you're gonna
sure.
get paid more regardless, yeah, go out there.
Well, no,
I don't
actually,
wanna
if we were
be
both to
doing-
join the military at the same level, we would get paid the same. Unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh, unfortunately.
Actually,
but
that's
aren't
a
they
perfect
both-
example. You know
aren't
what?
they both
Let's have fun with
risking
this.
their lives?
Yeah, you're right. But let's say me and you both enlisted. We would get paid the same even though you're physically inferior. And you
Yeah.
have a lower standard that you have to achieve to get into the same military. So I have a higher standard and I get paid less. Isn't that crazy?
That sucks. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you because
Same thing with being a cop, a
Yeah.
firefighter. Standards are lower, but you get paid the same. So I would argue, if anything, we should be mad. We deserve more. Y'all deserve even less.
damn, he's out here eating us alive, girl. Well, your statement is said condescendingly, but I don't necessarily think that you're wrong for your thought pattern because, in general, I do think that men tend to put in more work than women do.
You don't think men are
because-
superior to women?
No, I do because, like, I'm not trying to be out there doing nothing. I don't want to mow no lawn. I
So
don't wanna
wouldn't
take out
being
no trash.
condescending fits
I don't
then? It's
wanna-
talking down to someone, isn't it? Condescending? Wouldn't it
Yeah,
be fair?
because you ain't got to say it like that. You could just be like, babe, I work harder than you, so I deserve a little bit more. That's fine.
Yeah, but you're acknowledging that men are superior, and then if I speak in a condescending way, you're like, well, don't talk to me like I'm lower, even though I am, but...
Because it's rude, and
You
you're
think-
supposed to be nice to everybody.
Okay, all right.
Exactly.
But it's true, though. Okay, let's go. This will be the next prompt. This will be the next prompt.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one, improv, Bills. I know this one wasn't on the script, but I'll get into it. My next statement here. Does anyone else want to do anything with the pay gap or anything? Or no? Okay, everyone's like, no. Okay, the next one is... Yeah, that's why we have to, because women don't want to pay for nothing, so we got to make more money. All right, the next prompt is... The next prompt is this. Men are superior to women in everything that matters. Again, men are superior to women in everything that matters. So if you disagree, feel free to come on up or raise your thing. She hasn't come yet, right? But men are superior to women in everything that matters.
Hello.
Hi.
When you say everything,
That matters.
is that everything?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much anything that matters. I mean, you can make the argument that, like, oh, women are better at, you know, doing
Raising
nails.
kids.
Doing nails. Well, was that you said what?
Raising kids.
Actually, that is not true.
I think so.
Men are better at raising children. They found that single fathers do better than single mothers. It was a study that was done. There's actually Rollo Tomasi's book. Shout out to him in book 4. Men actually do better for raising productive children for society than women do.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, what's your name, by the way? Sorry.
My name is Z.
Okay.
I go by Mr. Nobody. That's what's on my chain.
Okay.
And I do lashes. I'm 24.
Okay. Well, women are better at doing lashes, but that doesn't really matter.
Of course.
No offense. So yeah, so men are better at raising kids too. So what?
Women are better at cooking.
Actually, the best chefs are men.
Oh my gosh.
Stop the cap.
Cleaning. Everything. Women are better at everything. Men do
Okay.
it.
What
They
are
try to do
women
it.
better at men? What are women better than men at? Then, in your
Literally
opinion?
everything. Men try to take like the easy route out.
Really, I would argue it's the other way around. I think women take the easy way out.
Women are more. They think more than men.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me an example of how you think women think more than men? All the best philosophers were men.
I just honestly, it doesn't matter about the history. I just think women are better.
Fuck her point there.
Okay. So do you? I
Stupid.
guess is there anything that women are better than men at that you can think of? I don't know.
Everything, literally.
Okay, give me another
everything.
example because
The
everything
only
so
thing
far.
men do is impregnate women.
Oh,
And they're-
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we grow the baby. We nurture the baby. We do everything.
Okay. I can give another prompt after this one, but yeah, I think can you name anything else that women are better than men at? I don't think you've named one yet.
I literally named all these things.
You got debunked. You said better thinkers. That's not true. You said
Are y'all
better
bugging
parents,
me
better
off?
raisers. That's not true. Oh, they
Wait,
got booted
no.
out. Okay. All right. They said L for you. Who's up next? Who wants to go? Remember, guys, ladies, the prompt is men are superior to women in everything that matters. Men are superior to women in everything that matters.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm back. I don't agree with that.
Okay. What do you disagree with?
Well, men are superior to women with everything that matters. Nursing. When you first get brought into this world, who is usually delivering you? A man or is it a woman?
Well, the doctor's typically a man.
But are the nurses, the ones who help deliver, wash the baby, change the baby, transport you, are they predominantly male or they're predominantly women?
Well, it's predominantly overseen by a male doctor.
All doulas.
And the hospital's being run by a man typically. The infrastructure for the woman to be able to deliver the child in a sterile, clean environment was provided by men. The lights that are on were provided by men. The technology that's allowed them to do it without dying was all provided by men.
I'm not saying that it wasn't provided by men. I know men do have that structure or that infrastructure to be able to, pay for everything, make
That's why we're
everything
superior.
solidified. But it doesn't mean that you're superior just because. In the beginning, let's just be honest with it. In the beginning,
Sure.
it was a man and a woman.
Okay.
A man was by himself. But at the end of the day, God seen that he needed a woman, somebody to be by him. So he put him to sleep and took her out of the rib. So if he didn't need anybody, if he didn't need any female, why create it?
Well, I'll be
Even
honest
though
with you.
oh,
When it
sorry.
comes to, like I said, men are better than women at everything that matters. So, like, if we had to rely on female ingenuity, we'd probably still be rubbing sticks together to get fire. Women don't really invent anything or create anything or innovate for anything.
Children?
Yeah, but you need a man to do that too. So
That's true.
when I say men are superior to women at everything that matters, I mean as in like anything that like really matters for society and survival.
So
like men are better than.
So quick question: what do you think matters to you the most? If you say that everything that matters, what matters actually in this day and age?
Well, if I'm going to be very, very blunt about this, the only thing that really matters is force. So, yeah, see, you looked at me crazy because women don't even understand this concept because you guys have the privilege of not having to worry about this. But the reality is whoever monopolizes force controls things. So I'll give you an example. The reason why you're able, right, to walk around in a safe, clean environment is because we have police, right? Mm-hmm. And that police is backed by a government, right? Mm-hmm. And that government has a military, right? And that monopoly of force ensures order, right? Mm-hmm. Who controls that monopoly of force?
All right, 5 paddles.
Okay, she's out?
Yep.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
Men do. But who's up next? The prompt is men are superior to women at everything that matters. Who had some? Go ahead. Yeah, guys. All right, go ahead.
I mean, if you guys are voting, you guys have to go up.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna vote to kick them off, you gotta be ready to jump on, man.
You gotta go up, ladies.
Yeah, you can't just get her off and then be like, oh, sorry.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what's your name?
Letty, aka Susie.
Okay.
Thank you.
How old are you? What do you do?
Someone get her a booster seat, please.
Thank you. Oh yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are you? And
38, fun size. I'm a notary. Thank you.
okay, you're a notary. Okay,
Damn.
cool.
Signer agent. Thank you.
All right.
I
Okay.
like money.
So, what do you disagree with men are superior to women at everything that matters?
I disagree in everything. Men are not superior on most of the things.
Okay.
Women could do the same thing just as men. We're just not appraised the way men are equivalent. So
Sure. Okay. What do you think that women can do the same as men?
we could do everything.
Okay. Give me an example.
I mean,
of
that's why
everything.
they're studs. They could do everything just like a man.
You mean the lesbians?
A stud.
Okay. A woman pretending to be a man,
Oh.
Wow.
and they can't even
A
do that
stud.
properly.
They could do that pretty well.
Okay. So yeah. So how are women superior to men? I know you said everything, but can you give me like a couple?
Well, I said women are way superior than men.
Okay. Give me an example of how they're superior.
They could do anything that they desire.
Fantastic.
You make me nervous.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
well, I'm waiting for you to give me an example of how they're superior to men.
Oh, I think it's on her on, Myron. She's
Listen,
like
we
her
could
lips.
run for presidency
I think she's a lesbian.
as
though.
women.
Isn't she
I'm,
a lesbian?
No,
wait,
is
no.
it? No, that's good.
Well, but that doesn't mean like she might be done with dudes, right? Or no?
Wait, what? I don't have 2 kids. I'm sorry. Off that record. 1 child, thank you.
Oh, one. Okay.
But he's 19, so I don't have
Okay.
no kids.
Okay.
You could be my kid, though. I'm
Okay.
with it.
Who, me?
You see, I'm superior. I'm a woman.
Stupid.
That's an example of how we're superior. You see, men fall for any tricks. I could run for presidency. Women already have. We overcome this.
Actually, you guys lost the
Nation.
last time.
That's fine.
The
But
last
we,
2 times, actually.
but we-
Hillary and Kamala.
But we were superior at one point. You get the statement.
When were you superior at one point?
We were running presidency as well.
When? Bruh. All
We
right.
were,
All right.
Who's up next?
we were VPs. What are you talking
What the
about?
hell is going on? All right. Well, it is Miami chat. Okay, you guys gotta say fucking.
I cannot.
It's not fucking Princeton, all right, niggas.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know, some of y'all like, what the
niggas.
fuck? Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is Ivy League? Come on, fucking Miami. What do you guys expect,
Yeah,
man?
I know. It's fucking Miami, bro.
The prettiness comes at a cost, nigga. Okay? So, all right.
Next.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, next.
Oh.
Sure. Okay.
Hi, I'm
So,
back.
did you think of something? My position is men are
Yes.
superior to women at everything that matters.
Yes, and I think that women are superior in expressing themselves better than men are.
Okay.
But I don't necessarily disagree with you.
Okay.
Because they brought up lesbians, but like then you have like gay men who could like do hair better and like do lashes better. So it's like,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But I think women
are
are
lesbians
definitely
better at expressing themselves? Well, they beat the shit out of each other more.
Huh?
Yeah, lesbians actually have the highest. Yeah, you didn't know? Yeah, lesbians actually have the highest domestic violence
No.
rates.
I mean like in just
You know
like
that, yeah.
regular life.
Women are
tend
more
to feel
violent
like,
than people think. way more.
But that's expressing yourself. If you angry, girl, express that. You
Well,
know?
does that really
I mean,
make you better at expressing yourself if you got to do it violently? I would argue men are actually better holding their emotions, which is actually, I think, a better way to express. You don't have to, getting your emotions out all the time isn't necessarily good. I think the only reason women get away with it is because you guys don't deal with the consequences of your emotional outbursts. For example, when women fight each other and they beat each other up, they don't really beat each other up because you guys are so weak. But like when men get violent and attack each other, someone can die.
Okay. Well, damn.
Like I've noticed that women are far more likely to get in fights than men are. Like because women I don't think women properly understand the concept of violence, especially like in today's day and age. Like how many times have you seen a girl say, "I could beat a guy up, I can fight him, or I'll kick his ass"?
Yeah.
That tells me that she lives in a bizarre world. Because like a regular 15-year-old can beat up like 95% of women, grown women too. But I don't think like a lot of girls have ever been punched in the face by a man before, so they don't know. Only girls that, unfortunately, only women that have been like victims of domestic violence or been fought with a guy before, or like maybe an athlete, a boxer, or someone that sparred with a guy, they understand that concept like, oh no, I can't fight a guy ever. But like regular girls, for some odd reason, think they can fight men. It's strange.
I think because in their head they think that he's not going to use full force on her.
Oh, sometimes they do, and it's really bad. I tell women all the time, don't fight guys, because there's some weirdos out there that are waiting to fucking knock a chick out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, so do you have any examples of where women are superior to men? Besides expressing themselves, I guess.
Being,
I have one.
I hate to do it to us, but being sexual, we're definitely better at it.
Nah.
That's the. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah.
Like when I say being sexual, I mean like.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, what do you mean by that?
Like giving off that sexual energy. Women are better at like seducing and kind of manipulating.
Okay.
Than men, I would say, are.
Okay, yeah, I could agree to that. I don't think that like matters though, in the grand scheme of the world. Like I don't think that
I mean,
like.
for women it does. Gotta get you.
You know what? I have one. Being annoying.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're way better at being annoying than guys are.
I mean, that's cool that like women can finesse men more, but ask yourself. I would argue that women finesse men because men are superior, so therefore they must use conniving behaviors and
sorry, 5 paddles.
deception to get male attention because women understand that you need to align yourself with men because they're superior. So I would argue them using this tactic, it actually shows how men are superior because they have to use deception to get around it.
All right.
Because if they were so superior, they wouldn't need the guys, wouldn't they?
All right. 5 paddles.
5? Okay.
Yep.
Damn. All right.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh.
So the argument is men are superior to women at everything that matters.
I feel like women are better at dressing themselves, and I feel like women have a better fashion sense, and that's important because a lot of fashion ties into culture and history.
The best designers are all men, though.
But who wears their clothes?
Men and women. But the best designers are women.
But
Sorry,
who runs
are
on
men.
the fashion shows? How would people know what's out if the woman didn't walk on the runway? And that affects the economy.
Yeah, but there is no fashion show without the men.
But that money goes into the economy, and then it raises tax money for people's children and schools.
It's interesting because like gay dudes are better than the things that women are supposed to be good at. It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Where are the statistics on that?
Well, they're the fashion shows. They dominate the female industry in a lot of different ways.
But the women are wearing the clothes, though.
That's fine, but they don't really.
But they're the ones marketing it, though.
Yeah.
So,
but like,
so they're
but it's only them that can do it, though.
Exactly.
When I say superior, I mean as in something that they can compete
won
in.
the argument.
No, he didn't because
they're the only ones who can, so they're superior.
if they're the only ones that can, like, then that means the men can't even. I'm talking about like superior in everything where they can actually like compete.
Men can walk on the runway. Men have the ability to do that. No one said.
Yeah, but
no
they can't wear women's
runway.
clothes on the runway.
Why men wear women's clothes?
I mean, that's kind of weird. But I would still argue that this doesn't matter.
Well, I would argue that you're wrong.
You think it does matter?
Yeah.
Fashion?
Absolutely.
Is fashion needed to move society forward?
Fashion is is a demonstration of culture, of what your passions are, what you've been through in life, what you do as a career. Fashion is a huge indicator of a lot of things. So yeah, I find it to be important. When I look around the room, I look how everyone's dressed and I make judgments off of it. So I would say it's important.
Interesting. If fashion was so important, why does it change all the time?
There is...
Like eating food never goes out of style, but bell-bottom jeans do.
Yeah, but there's timeless fashion pieces. Like, you can get a black bag and it's gonna go with all of your outfits. That's timeless. I'm not saying like a crop top. We're not
But
talking
fashion
about
doesn't
crop
really matter in
tops.
the grand scheme of things.
It kind of does. Look at what everyone is wearing right now. Clothes.
If the electricity shut off tomorrow, no one would care about fashion. They'd be fighting to make sure that they can get
Even
food, access to
people
weapons.
in the jungle cover up with leaves.
All right. That's a bunch of. All right, go. All right. Well, she tried.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. You the tiebreaker?
Yep.
He's JD Vance, bro.
Yep.
He's JD Vance, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We can get to the next prompt, I guess.
Next prompt.
Okay. We'll do the. Okay. Next prompt. If women didn't have titties and vaginas, men would not spend their time and effort to pursue them.
All right,
Okay, well, come on up and prove me wrong. Come on up if you disagree. The prompt is, if women didn't have vaginas and titties, men would not waste their time to pursue them.
What the fuck was that? Oh my god.
All right, so I definitely disagree.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thanks for spinning water on all of us.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, just help them out. Yeah, but go ahead. What do you disagree with?
I disagree because we have throats, and if that also makes men happy.
Okay, just so I make sure I have this right. So we have throats, and that makes men happy.
Yes.
All right. Congratulations. You just reverted yourself down to like a throat. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, you mentioned the rest of the body features will be gone, right? Like,
yeah,
no arms,
like basically,
no legs.
basically, if women didn't have titties or vaginas, men wouldn't. I guess we can add throats to that too. The men wouldn't talk to them.
Yeah, but women will have butts, so we still have more butts than men. So.
Okay.
So
if
those
we
two
removed
things...
all orifices, okay,
right.
men would not spend their time talking to women. Fair?
We will have toes, right? Men love feet. Yeah, the toes could do magic.
I would say probably a minority of men are feet guys. I don't think most guys are feet guys.
That's the. I'm pretty sure that's a lie, because it
Shorty.
it does the job.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Who's up next?
Okay.
Wait, who's up next?
Okay. Yes. If women didn't have titties, vaginas, or I guess throats in this case, men would not talk to them or spend the amount of time or pursuit that they do.
Hello guys, it's
Oh yeah,
me.
introduce yourself. Yeah.
My name is Helena. I'm singer, actress, host, comedian. I'm a super pooper girl. I can do.
Did you say super pooper girl?
Of course, I can do. Yes, I wanted. Actually,
Oh, super duper. Okay, I
of
thought you said
course.
super pooper.
Actually,
I was gonna say what? I think she did say super
Actually,
super pooper.
I was expected some funny questions. Somebody tell me they invited me for funny show. What is the funny show? Why it's not funny? What's the questions? Can you have some good funny questions?
No, it's a debate.
So.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our topic. So you think that man would not chase the woman if we would not have boobs and vagina? So I would
Or
say
throats, or toes, or
doesn't
butts.
matter. I think man would do it because
Okay.
Genetically, the God create man
Uh-huh.
to. Can I say what fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
To fuck as more responsible women because you are responsible for reproducing the human race, and women are responsible for the quality. So we need to choose the best man from in the area to make the child, because the child will have the best genes. So because of this, for women is important to have one but the best male, and for man is important to fuck many women because it's your job, guys.
Yeah, but that proves my point.
This is naturally you have a needs to doing that.
So you agree?
Opposite. Opposite. I mean, doesn't matter. We would have a boobs or something. Doesn't matter. It's your inside. You feel you want it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if it wasn't for women's sexuality, men wouldn't deal with them. Is my point.
No, but I don't speak about sexuality. I speak about the natural thing which you need to do. Animals doesn't have a lot of stuff, but they still fucking and they.
All right, they voted you out, Miss Ukraine.
What?
Yeah. They're kicking you out. They're giving you the Putin treatment.
Yeah.
All right.
God damn. God damn.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm back.
Hello.
And you said, so.
If women didn't have vaginas, toes, butts, whatever, men would not deal with them.
Okay.
If they didn't have, yeah.
I once again disagree.
Okay.
Would you say they chased after other men? Because if women didn't have all those things, they're pretty much going to be shaped like a man.
Okay, let me be a bit more blunt. Outside of female sexuality, there's virtually no benefit to being around women.
Do you, on your everyday basis, do you hang around more men or do you hang around more women?
So here's the thing. You're far more productive hanging out with other men as a man.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you on an everyday basis.
Yeah, I prefer to hang out with men, yes.
Do you prefer to hang out with women, chill with women?
Men. I don't enjoy the company of women.
So if you said if they don't have vaginas and if they don't have tits, so who do you sleep with? Who do you have sex with?
Okay,
women
so
who don't have vaginas?
Notice how I said...
Or women who don't have titties and vaginas?
You're missing what I'm trying to say here. What I'm saying is that outside of sexuality, women provide very little value to men, and if they didn't have said sexuality, men would not spend time hanging out with them.
Men would have spent time hanging out with them because women are beautiful. Women are sexy. They dress nice.
That's
they
my
will
point.
carry themselves.
You made all... Notice how even
time,
when you said they would hang out with them, you gave all the things I said as to why men deal with them.
No, but you started using... No, I asked you, would you hang out with men more because of women? Because if women didn't have all those things, would you hang out with men more? Because you're basically going after
if women didn't
men.
have the sexuality?
Sexuality is the first thing that you're supposed to be having. It's a spectrum. You're supposed to be something that you pursue. But you're supposed to pursue women because they have more feminine qualities than men.
My point I'm trying to make here is that men only pursue women for sexuality. If women didn't have sexuality, men would not pursue them, and men probably would not want to spend time with them. And my point is that women provide very little utility to men outside of sex. That's my blunt position.
Not really. They can have guidance.
You got voted out?
Yep, I see.
Okay.
So, I mean, come on, ladies. Put it up.
Ladies, if you put your paddle up, you got to step up. Frank, go.
Jesus
Frank.
Christ.
Go, buddy. There you go. Okay. All right.
Hi, guys. My name is Genesis. What else?
Give your age and what you do for work and stuff.
I'm 19. I'm a model, a sugar baby. I'm single.
Hey, well, it is Miami, right?
That's such an occupation.
Yes.
Hey, it's Miami, so we gotta. Hey, it's like the most Miami panel ever. Okay, yeah. So my position is women, outside of sexuality, don't provide much utility to men.
I completely agree, especially with how things are nowadays. That's the only reason why a man approaches a woman. So.
All right. Okay.
That's I haven't disagreed with anything. That's why she likes.
Yeah, you just want to close off the panel.
Because I agree.
All right. Who disagree? Raise your hand.
Yeah. Who's someone else that raised the paddle up? Oh, you want to come in? Go ahead.
I get up now. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So my position is women provide very little. Obviously, I gave a prompt that's kind of funny. If women didn't have tits or vaginas, men wouldn't talk to them. But the point, the main bottom line, ladies, to simplify it, is women provide very little utility to men outside of sexuality. What do you disagree with?
I'm like 50-50.
Okay.
Some women do not have personality at all.
Okay,
they
you
can't
think
think
personality?
for themselves.
Okay.
So a lot of men do not enjoy their company. However, there are some women, probably about 40% of women, that can do more than just have sex.
Sure. But what I would argue is that men don't even care about their personality if they don't meet the look factor first.
I disagree.
So the sexuality needs to the sexuality precedes the personality.
I disagree.
Okay. Why do you disagree?
Just from personal experience, I have a lot of guy friends. Majority.
She belongs to the streets.
I have, I think, one girlfriend. And
so you think those guys hang out with you because of your personality?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Because I'm not giving nothing up. Like, what we talk about is business ideas. We talk about their mental health, my mental health.
Fair.
We talk about things that's going on in the world.
Okay. So you friends on them?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
And they friends on me too.
I don't think so.
I do think so.
I think if the opportunity presented itself, they would have sex with you.
They think I'm their brother.
Well,
We're
hold
brothers.
on. Don't ruin it. Yeah, you don't think they would?
No.
All right, let's get her phone real quick. How about you call them live on air?
No.
You don't want to call them live on air? Put it to the test. You can get your phone and you call them. Just tell them, literally tell them, hey, wondering why we never took it to the next step, and let's see what they say. Let's put that personality to the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? All right, let's do it. All right, so what you're going to do is you're just going to call your guy, put on speaker, hold it up to the mic, and don't worry, at the end, you can tell him I'm just kidding. All right, so you don't put yourself in a weird spot. Dude gets a horn dog and fucking calls you all night. But yeah, you're just gonna call him and say, hey, Tyrone, why did we ever become something? Sorry, I'm just assuming. I don't know.
What?
You're black.
Am I black? I don't know. Everyone tells me I'm not. So I don't know.
According to Twitter.
I don't know what I am anymore. Some days I'm Indian, some days I'm a Sanic, some days I'm an Arab. I don't know. They tell me I'm all kinds of shit. Okay. So yeah, so ladies, I need everybody to be quiet. I want you to call him and say, all right, why didn't we ever become anything?
I don't know. I gotta find a good one.
Come on, man. You call the one that you like the most. Oh, and not the gay guy.
No, he's not gay.
I like boys.
Not a gay one, because we've had that where girls call the gay one. Oh, you calling him? All right, put it up to the mic so they can hear, and put on speaker. Everybody be quiet, please.
I think he's on speaker. I'm calling on Instagram though, so it's like, is it ringing?
Calling a nigga on Instagram? Holy.
Yeah. I don't want him to have my number.
Are y'all even friends?
Yes, we're friends.
Bro, that proves my point even more.
No, it doesn't. It's just.
Yeah. Yeah, he to you he's just a friend, but to him he's like, damn, I'm trying.
No, I don't think so. Hold on, I'm gonna call again.
Okay.
Second time's the charm. Maybe he's not answering because this is a sign. But here you go.
Okay. I think that pretty much proves our point. She wouldn't even give him the phone number.
No.
Okay. So anyway, my position is women, men are superior. Sorry, no. Women have very little utility out of sexuality. I think, to be honest with you, that these guys converse with you in business and get to know your personality on the pretense that they're hoping that they can have sex with you in the future.
I want to say, okay, possibly, but maybe only one or two made little hints. Not all of them.
Well, you got to understand that men are terrified of rejection in 2025. And I'm going to assume that these men that you're friends with are probably lower status, maybe not as attractive, don't have as much money, don't have some status, so they're not attractive enough. But they're nice conversationalists or something.
No, I only converse with people that I feel like is on my level or above me.
Okay, so they might not be arousing. Maybe they're not good looking. Maybe they're not tall enough. Maybe they're fat. Maybe they have a girlfriend, but they still want you. There's a multitude of different reasons why women put guys in the friend zone. But the point I'm trying to make is that notice how you can be friends with someone that is at a higher echelon than you, that you get value from, but they're not really getting value back from you, even though you think you are. The real value they want is the sexuality, but they're not getting that. So you're extracting all the value from them. So that's what I mean when I say being friends with women is useless and women get all the value.
Paddles?
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I didn't even get to say nothing.
All right, well,
whoever got her out, just I hope you got something better to say. Just raise it back up and come back if they don't say anything better. Okay. So the argument is, my position is, women provide little value outside of sexuality.
Yes. Okay. So, don't men have the highest suicide rate? Like, no, wait, just go along with
Sure.
me.
Yes, they do.
Okay, right.
Sure.
So women are more nurturing because men think with their pineal gland. So when you have a bad day, but when you have a bad day and you want to talk to somebody, your bro's just gonna be like, suck it up, let's go fuck some bitches. A woman is gonna be like, come on, babe. They're gonna nurture you. They're gonna make you feel better about yourself. And maybe because you hang around men all day, and other men probably hang around men all day, they're depressed. They don't feel well mentally, and then I suppose I'm trying to say the value we provide is nurturing and emotional, and
Sure.
men don't have that.
I can talk about that a little bit. So, what I've realized between men and women, right, when they're confiding in each other, women just want to talk to somebody and talk about their problems. They don't really care about solutions. Men, on the other hand, they typically talk about their problems looking for a solution, because for men to open up, it's got to be worth it. For women to open up, it's like, oh yeah, just open up. So, and this happens all the time when I talk with women. Like, they'll just want to vent their problems out. They don't really care about a solution. But with men, it's like they're looking for a solution. So I would argue talking to men is far more beneficial because, number one, they are probably dealing with your problems to some degree, and they can actually provide some advice, assuming they've accomplished something, versus a woman just going to hear your problems but not really be able to help you. And you look like a bitch now. I don't think telling women your problems is a good idea as a man, ever.
Oh yeah, I've heard you say that before.
That's why.
But why do you think you're advising men that they shouldn't confide in women, and then, like, I feel like you're just giving them bad advice?
Okay. Let me ask you a question then. Let's say, let's use a female example here. Let's say you went to the nail salon, and they did a shitty job, really bad job. Right. And nails came out fucked up. Asian girl overcharged you. You break you by whatever, and you go home and you're pissed off, and your man tells you, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. Like, you should get your nail done like this and done like that. But he doesn't know anything about nails or proper salons or workmanship or any of this stuff. Would you take his advice seriously?
No.
Probably not, right?
No.
Why?
Probably not. Because he's not as experienced on the topic as I am.
And he's not qualified, correct?
Correct.
And he hasn't been through your feminine experiences, understanding what should be done and what shouldn't be done when it comes to nails.
I would want him to be like, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Sure.
Emotionally.
And that actually proves my point before, where women just want to be heard. They don't really care about a solution.
Men just want to find a solution, and sometimes women just want to be heard.
Well, let me give you, and that's the big difference, where when men talk about their problems, they want a solution. Women just want to be heard. It doesn't help to just be heard for us. It helps for you guys. But let's go back to that scenario with the nails. So the man isn't going to give you good advice, right? So you're going to kind of go ahead and figure it out on your own. Or talk to your girlfriends, because they might be able to help you more, right? Because they have the same problem, maybe. Hey, I know a better hair salon. Oh, that bitch sucks. Oh, I know, you can write a review here. You can probably talk with them and get a solution, correct?
Sure.
They're better equipped than your boyfriend. Would that be fair to say, to help you in this problem with your nails?
Sure, yeah.
Perfect. Same exact situation with being a man. We go through things that you guys will never, ever experience and don't understand. So it's better to talk to men that understand those problems and can give you a solution, versus just talking about it with a woman. Because, unfortunately, women can't help men with most of their problems.
I disagree.
You agreed to it. You agreed to the concept a second ago.
Well, I disagree now.
All right. I think that, you got voted out. All right, well, thanks for trying. All right.
Miss Ukraine, welcome back.
Hello, Miss
Sorry,
Ukraine.
guys, I don't understand English so good. I don't understand your questions. Next time, please repeat to me. So, okay, I will speak about my country, not about America, because what I understand in America, the women, the girls, all the cultural is completely different from mine, and what you're saying is completely different from mine. In my country, it's all opposite. The men dream to be with women, because women are, it's like the best friends. It's like a team. The women take care about the house, about the food, they cook and cleaning, they listen to the guys, they do everything. Actually, for men, it's a big luck to be with women. We are beautiful. We take care about ourselves, about him, about children, about everything. We do all the job. So because of this, in my country, most of the people living together many, many years. For example, my mom and papa together 40 years. They have 4 children, and they still together, and they still happy. They kissing each other, hugging each other. So they.
Do you remember what my argument was?
What women can give to men more, not only sex?
No, I said women don't provide much utility to men outside of sex.
We do a lot. If not women, men become a monkeys. Because we inspire you to be better every day. And we have this special energy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I think any guy that needs inspiration from women is fucked. Think about it. Do you really want to be your husband's inspiration? Like, you should already be inspired to work anyway. I would argue women want a guy that's productive with or without them.
But there is a very good sentence, like with any billionaire, there is the woman who helped him to become billionaire. Because he believed in him.
They just say that to make you guys feel better.
No, I know a lot of samples. No, it's not like that. It's a lot of samples. Do you know any guy who was single all his life and he became billionaire? Maybe not because of the crypto, because now it's a bit more easy way. But especially before.
As a matter of fact, gay men make a lot more money than heterosexual men.
How? How's he doing this?
Because, so. Well, the thing is, look, and I hate to use this example, but it's true. Gay men outperform heterosexual men financially. They make more money. They save more money. And it's because dealing with women is a huge wealth drain. The average man over a lifetime loses about $7 million in the pursuit of women. This was shown in a book by Aaron Clary, The Book of Numbers. Roughly $7 million heterosexual man will lose over the pursuit of women over a lifetime.
Not lose. He's having fun. He's enjoying his life. It's not losing. Losing is when you do something bad, but he's enjoying his life.
I mean, if he lost $7 million, I would argue that's losing.
So what if he's so smart? If he earns $7 million, he will do more. No problem.
The point I'm trying to make is that heterosexual men pay a hefty cost for dealing with women, because you're trying to say, oh, single men, are they going to do as good? I'm saying they'll do better. And if they're gay, they don't have to deal with women. They make even more money.
I don't think so, because the gay men also pretend they are women, as they do the same stuff. They try to get in money from the other gays.
Gay men always separate the check. There's no.
Come on, bro. I've been in the gay club a couple of days ago, and they speak about that. Every gay dream to find a rich gay. Yes.
Though that does exist.
No, that exists everyone.
Yeah, no. Though that does exist, men are far more likely to pay their own tab, and they don't necessarily expect being given money like women are. Women have a sense of entitlement when they deal with men. That's on a whole other level.
But I know that a gay who pretends they are women, and they make the women position in any gay relationship, so they expect that.
Okay, remember, the argument is women provide very little utility to men outside of sex. That is my position. And you made the argument that they can make more money with a woman. I argue women, if anything, take money from you. They're a liability, in other words.
My dear,
most women are not an asset. Most women are a bill.
The problem is why men choose the women who suck in your money. Why you don't choose the right woman? Why you don't choose the woman with the good soul? It's your problem that you choose in the bitch who suck in your money. Whose problem it is?
That's the majority of women. I don't think you understand that.
So who is guilty that you spent in money and take the bitch? Take the good girl.
Even good girls are expensive.
Come on.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Come on, the good girl, she has a work, she has a good education, she spent a lot of time to improve herself.
Let's stay on the argument. Women provide little utility outside of sex. What is your argument to that?
I don't want to argue. I come here for having fun. And the Fresh didn't come because he's scared to leave me again.
We'll get Fresh to come and pick you up.
I wanted to see him and ask how.
Yeah, I know. She came for Fresh and he's not here. She's mad. She's like, what the fuck?
I already sent him a
message. We'll text him and tell him to show up.
I lost 2 pounds, Fresh.
I'll message him for you.
Yes, no. Well, this is more fun. Do you have any more funny questions?
No, that's it. Thank you for proving that women are pretty useless outside of sex.
All
right. Who's up next?
I will be the real woman. I'll obey to you and say, yes, you're right. This is the best job of the woman.
All right. Who's up next?
Go ahead.
Did anyone else want to come in, or I go to the next topic?
Go, sweetheart. You got that.
Let's change this.
Next prompt, I was going to give him a chance. You didn't get to finish what you were saying before. Yeah, so the argument is women provide little value to men outside of sex. What is your...
Really, honestly, do you go to your bros for comfort to be able to talk?
Actually, I think it's better to go to your friends, your guy friends.
You go to your men for support and to talk.
Yes.
Even after every session that you have here, you go to the club. Do you go to the club to chill with the bros, or you go to the club to ball out and spend it on the bitches?
Okay, are you asking me this personally or men in general?
No, I'm just talking about you personally.
Okay, now I'll answer your question, but I don't think this is an adequate representation of men.
No, but
I don't go to the club.
But aren't you a man?
I am, but I don't go to the club.
I understand that, but I'm just.
You want me to
saying,
answer more generally then, so I can give you a better answer?
No, basically,
Yeah.
I was just saying, men genuinely don't go to their other bros for comfort. Sometimes they need a woman to be able to reach out to.
That's
they don't
a
care
fatal
if she's
flaw.
ugly. They
And
don't
that's a
care if
fatal
she
flaw.
looks good. They don't care if she looks pretty. They don't go to their homies and bros because they can't vent to their homies, or they can't vent to their guys like they could vent to the female.
what I'm
They don't
trying
feel
to-
like they could be feminine and open up and be soft with their dudes because they might get judged based on what they say or how they say it.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's actually a mistake to not look. Remember the nail example I gave her earlier? What the hell?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like if you're having it's weird. I listen to everything you said and then you're just like, what the hell? Yeah, like you just say what you
I'm
said.
sorry,
and you'll
I was
listen.
looking at the chat. My apologies.
Yeah. Stupid. So you're saying go to the club and okay, because you made a couple things here.
Sorry.
Number one, men don't go to the club to open up to women. They want to get laid. That's a physical release. That's number one. Number two, you mentioned why are guys going to open up to their friends, their guy friends, instead of women. The reason why men should talk to their guy friends is because men are in a better position to dispense advice than women are. Remember the example I gave with her and the nails? You're not going to go to your boyfriend to get legitimate strategic advice on how to deal with your nail problem and getting overcharged at the shop and finding a better person. You're going to go to another woman or someone that can actually advise you in that. Same thing with men. Going to women and talking about your problems isn't going to be helpful because, quite frankly, women don't live the same life that men do. I think women live life on easy mode, if I'm going to be all the way honest. So what the hell do I look like asking someone who plays the game on easy mode how to deal with hard mode problems?
Can I? Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
Personally, I don't feel like men feel comfortable enough. The bros are there for support. They're there to ball out. They're there to enjoy, but they're not there to give you the comfort and that nourishing situation as a man. They can't sit here and talk. A lot of the dudes that hang around other dudes, it's fun to hang around men all the time. It's fun to ball out with your homies. But at the end of the day, when it comes to certain situations, can you go to the homies and be like, hey, this, that, I'm going through this emotions, I'm going through this struggles, I'm going through this pain, I'm going through this hurt. You can't go to the homies. So you gotta, the next
Actually,
best
you
thing you
should.
could go to, no, because the homies don't understand.
They do.
All men are built and they're all raised differently.
That's
And
where
the one
you're
thing
you're mistaken. They actually do understand because men go
but
through
not
the
all
same
men
things.
understand. Some dudes, they go to their homies. They want to go to their men. They want to go to their bros to be able to reach out and talk to them. But the problem is they can't talk to them. Why? Because they don't feel like they can open up and be honest and be truthful with a lot of the things. So that's why they always feel like they have to put on a show or put on a facade, put on some type of something for another man to be able to feed into. And they don't have to pursue nobody beautiful. They don't have to pursue somebody sexy. Look at all the niggas who need money. Tax season come around, who they go to? The big bitches, the ugly hoes. Why? You think about it though. You said men don't need women. Men don't want to pursue women about sexually, but why pursue women if they're not sexually attractive? Majority of non-sexually attractive people got money. So that's
All right.
a real
So let
answer.
me respond to your thing. So you mentioned that they need to go
I'll
to
explain.
women for comfort. That's a mistake. Again, with men, looking for comfort is the problem because as a man, we have a burden of performance. We have to go out there, make money, acquire resources, acquire status. Only women can be vulnerable and still be taken seriously. Like men have to show strength. So I would argue, you're saying you can go to your homies, they'll make fun of you. You'd be surprised at how like going to your friends and like talking about your problems, you can come up with a solution. Going to your girl and talking about your problems actually makes you less attractive. Women don't want a guy that's going to sit there and sob on them. They want a guy who's going to be a problem solver and just understands how to fix a problem. What's more attractive? The guy that comes to you and says, oh, I don't know how we're going to pay rent this month. Or he shuts up. You don't know about it. He goes and talks to his friends, figures out a way, and comes back and pays the rent. The reality is women are not equipped to handle male problems because you guys, with all due respect, women aren't loyal. And what I mean by this is you guys are not inherently loyal creatures. You guys are loyal to the strongest man that can protect you and provide for you. So this is why women, this is a biological thing. Look it up, Briffelt's Law. Briffelt's Law basically states that as long as a man provides value, a woman will continue. Are you paying it? Are you paying it? She's not even paying attention, bro.
No, I was paying attention to what
they've ordered on anyway. She doesn't pay attention.
I was paying
What
attention.
was the last sentence I said?
But you said men are.
Go ahead. What is the last sentence I said?
They said change the topic, but honestly, I don't feel like men can be able to reach other heights that they can reach with women.
I just explained to you why men will reach more heights.
Do you only choose, if you choose to vent to a man, do you choose to vent to other men, or do you choose to lay down with a woman? Like that's what I'm saying.
That's two completely different things.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When you open up to somebody, who do you open up to?
To other men that are actually equipped to handle your problems. Women cannot fix your problems.
Are they feminine men? Are they masculine men?
Yeah, masculine men.
Because are they extremely understanding men? Have they been raised the right way in a decent parent home?
That's irrelevant. What matters? Okay, so this comes back to the problem that women don't understand men. I said it earlier. When men talk to men and have a problem, they're looking for a solution. When women talk to other women, they're looking for comfort. We don't give a fuck about comfort. You care about comfort. We want a solution. A woman is not going to give you a solution to your masculine problem. All it can do is hurt you. When you sit there and say, I don't know, I'm going to pay the bills, and you sit there and you cry, she'll console you in the back and shit, but then she's going to say, damn, this nigga's a bitch. I'm going to go find somebody else. So the reality is women are not equipped to handle masculine problems. They're just not. Women look for comfort. We look for solutions. Going to a woman to try to get your problem fixed is futile because women don't really give a shit about helping men that can't help themselves.
Can I speak? What about a working woman? Somebody who works avidly.
That's even worse.
A woman who works.
That's even worse.
If a man say, "Oh, we can't get this bill paid," you'd be
That's
like,
even
"Oh, okay.
worse.
What about this?" Some women, believe it or not, no offense, in certain places they start selling their bodies to be able to structure the home. They hit the strip club. They hit all different stuff. They grind, have 2-3 jobs,
and then they will
so
leave.
they can be able to keep the house.
And then they will leave because
they
women
stay around.
When women make their
in
own money,
in bad situations,
when women
they
make
stay
their own
around.
money, the last thing they want to do is support a man. Last thing they want to do is support a man.
Believe it or not, no. When women make good money, they don't. When women make money, they don't need a man because they make enough money. They have support.
Okay, repeat that sentence again.
When women make enough money, they don't really need a man.
Okay,
because
say
they
that
can
one more
take
time
care.
again.
When
women make what? What did you say? When women
they
make money?
enough money, they really don't need a man.
You do understand your sentence just defeated your entire argument, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But that's what I'm saying. You said women cannot be able to fight off or fend for the household if they couldn't pay rent. But here's the thing: if a man does the man have to work harder, or does the woman have to work harder?
First, I said if a man can't provide, a woman's going to get rid of him. Then you said, oh no, but women can make their own money. I said, okay, if they make their own money, it's going to be even worse. Then you literally follow up and say, yeah, if women make their own money, they don't need a man.
That's very much true. That is very much true. But I'm saying what I was saying.
Bruh. All right, yeah, I think you got voted out. We'll move. No, she's voted out. She's voted out. She's voted out. Yeah, you can
That's what
come.
I'm
You can come
saying.
in. She got voted out.
Men need women's support to be able to move forward. If not, they end up like hard men and always feel like they need to do the right thing. Let's just be honest with that.
And that's what women want. Go ahead.
Hi, Cherry's back.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Men definitely like to be little spoons sometimes. So men like to express, their feelings towards their woman just a little bit. Like they want to be comforted sometimes, because then you wouldn't be having the fucking 6'2" guy with like the 5'6", 5'3" girl over here hugging up on him, trying to giving him comfort. You'd be surprised how many men want to be little spoon. You really would be surprised. I'm not saying your argument is wrong. What I am saying is that there are still men out there who are like, they have that sensitivity in them where maybe they didn't get it from their moms, which I think she was trying to touch on, like how they were raised. But like men sometimes in most situations, he's probably going to go to his bros because he's going to be like, all right. But then there could be that one time where, like, men like to be babied, too. Like, not all men want to be strong all goddamn day long. Like, sometimes they want to be, like, their girlfriend's little baby. And you can't be your homeboy's little baby because he's going to make you be a man.
The argument is, if women didn't have titties and ass, men wouldn't really talk to them. In other words, women provide very little value outside of their sexuality.
Okay, that was the question. That was
the prompt, yes.
So how the hell we okay, my bad.
Because she was saying that women can provide. Because her argument was women can provide emotional support, and I was arguing that men don't really need emotional support from women. They need, if anything, they need solutions from other men that are equipped to handle their problems. I don't think advice from women is viable.
No, because we're giving it from a more emotional mommy stance instead of.
And not only that, you're giving it from I live life on easy mode stance. And the other thing also that why it doesn't work is because women lose attraction for you when you defer to their authority. If I ask you questions, that assumes me and you are equal. That's not attractive to women.
Yeah, especially depends on what the questions are about because I don't know nothing. So.
Like women are like it's very simple. Like if you actually boil it down, it all makes sense. Women are inferior to men. Women are attracted to men that are superior to them. If I ask you questions, nature? Yeah.
Like even
it's natural. So if I come in and I try to make you an equal and say, well, what do you think about this? Can you give me your opinion on this? Oh my God, I need your help on this. You're gonna look at me like, oh, this guy's an equal to me. Ew, I'm not attracted.
Yeah, I need to find someone smarter.
Yeah, women want decisive men that kind of have it figured out.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I do say that men. I mean, even if women didn't have the boobs and butt and stuff, I mean, you're not trying to little spoon your bro, so you need women to.
That proves my point even more. Women are used for sexuality.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's change the topic.
All right. What's the next prompt? Oh, guys, Castle Club CC17 active for another week, ninjas. So make sure to get in there. Who's
not feminist? We are not.
Okay, all right, the next prompt is if you're over 30, you're expired.
Oh, chats. Yeah, chats.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Chats first, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna skip this one for right now. Oh my gosh. Alright, cool.
Tell the lady in the white to step up.
Okay. Yo, Iraq, just nut up and ask Myron to go on a date. Okay. K. Noel, appreciate it. Men can cheat and keep that main relationship long term, but women can't cheat ever. All right, fair enough.
All right,
how many of you guys agree with that one?
Yep.
That might be a prompt in itself.
I'll save it.
I can slide with
I'll save it.
You can low-key cheat.
Thanks. Bring on the 304's cooking time, all right? Going back to yesterday's discussion about the Allah Akbar boy, being a Jeep myself, the rebuttal would be that the girls in their culture are not like the Miami girls. Little do they know that most of these bitches are huge libs and feminists. Nigga, what are you talking about?
Yes, continue.
Oh, I know he's saying.
I'm confused.
Is he saying Muslim girls?
He's saying
like
the
regular girls. They're liberals and feminists, and they pray 3-4 times a day. That's what he's saying.
No, I get that, but like, what did he said yesterday's discussion? I don't know what he's.
He's saying there's not much of a difference between Miami girls and religious girls.
I'm confused.
That's what he's trying to say.
I don't know which episode he's talking about. Take over. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna do better. We're gonna.
No,
our shit is better.
We are not stupid. It's just some of us agree with him, so it's hard to argue with someone when you see their point of view. Okay.
Well, that's just you. Some other girls disagree and they can't really. All right. After niggas are calling her. After the new OP episodes?
One Piece.
Oh, okay. What else? That's it? All right, cool. What do we got? We got like 10,000 plus watching on all the platforms?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. All right. The next prompt is going to be, we can do that one. I like that one that one chest had. So, ladies, let's pull that up on the screen real quick. And guys, if you guys got a good prompt, we will select it. Especially from Castle Club or OSS Ninjas. And I think we got some OSS things probably too. Mo. So feel free to look at there.
A lot of those chats were also from OSS.
Oh, they were from there? Okay, sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and do that one with one chest. Can we put up on screen? You can just show it on screen.
Yeah, the one.
And then type it on the side.
Like the one from that said "fuck Jubilee." It was from OSS.
Okay. Men can cheat and keep the main relationship long term, but women can't cheat ever. Who disagrees with that? And you can kind of come in. He's basically saying men can cheat and women can't. Men are capable of cheating and women are not. Anyone? Hands up. No, disagree. Anyone disagree?
Yes.
Okay, who wants to come first? Ukraine or?
Okay, guys.
All right, don't forget the argument. It's men can cheat and women can't.
I am saying nobody can cheat each other, because if you have relationship, it should be pure and built on the trust. So we are together to have a family, kids, and beautiful life. And if you cheat, then go away. Yeah,
I think his argument isn't necessarily that that it's good. He's saying that men are capable of cheating and the relationship won't be destroyed, versus if women cheat, the relationship is destroyed. That's what he's trying to say.
I think everybody is different, but I mean, I would not forgive the cheating. Somebody could forgive. So me not. I would not.
Okay, let me
accept
make
that.
it simpler for you.
No,
If you were in a relationship with a guy, what's worse, you cheating or him cheating?
I would not cheat.
No, but hypothetically, what would be
I
worse?
would not cheat even hypothetically, yes.
Okay, you wouldn't cheat.
Yes. Never.
Okay, why wouldn't you cheat?
Because
Let's go with that.
This is my personality, because my mama raised me like that, and for what I have relationship? I have relationship to have relationship.
Now,
you know?
why did your mom raise you like that?
Because she was like that. Because she teach me.
And why was she like that?
Because her mother probably raised her like that.
Okay, so it's fair to say that this has happened over many generations.
I think yes, because
Why?
in my country actually it's very was judging if woman fucking around. It was bad shame.
Now, why
If
is it
somebody
bad shame?
know-
Hold on, let's
because
keep
if some-
going.
yeah.
Why is it bad shame?
If somebody knows that you're doing this, like wow, nobody talk to you, everybody to say the beach, you are beach, and it was big shame, and so nobody want to have this claim. Yeah.
Okay, now when you have this shame,
Yes.
what happens to the woman?
Actually, the society would not like to talk to you, especially the man would never want to have you. What I by the way, is surprising, like in America, the girls bragging, I'm OnlyFans models, like they bragging to be bitches, they bragging. Like in my country, it's not possible. Even the girls would do OnlyFans, they would do it very, very hiddenly, so nobody know it, because it's a shame.
Okay.
Shame for your family, especially for the parents, if somebody know from your parents.
All right, so let me make sure I have this right. The reason why is because it hurts their ability to find a man.
Of course.
And it hurts their family.
In my sorry to interrupt you. In my country, the man always, when he before started dating you, he always asked the other guys and the society, who is this girl, with who she fuck, what is her reputation. The reputation is very important, because if your reputation is bad, so sorry, you cannot. In my country, you will not be able to get like high status man.
Okay.
Possibly.
All right. Now let's reverse it.
Yes.
Let's say the man has sex with a bunch of women. Does his ability to get women be hurt by that?
Yeah, it's a different. It's a different.
Okay, so
Men
thank
are
you for
lucky.
proving my point
They can fuck
for
it
me. Yep. So now you see why men can cheat and women can't. Okay, great. I like that you demonstrated that for us.
Good, welcome.
And she's from the other side of the world. This is universal. All right, who's up next? Oh yeah, you had some. Okay. Men can cheat, women can't.
I disagree.
Okay, sure.
I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Men can cheat, but women can't. When men...
Let me clarify. It's not that they can. It's that men are capable and the relationship can still be intact, versus if the woman cheats, it's over. That's what he's saying.
That's not necessarily.
Okay, why do you
Some
disagree?
men depend on that woman. Believe it or not, I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds fucked up, but some men depend on a woman for, I don't know what specifically, but they depend on that woman to keep that relationship going. Believe it or not, it's very much true. Men okay, let's talk about the problem. Men can cheat, but women can't. I said I personally disagree.
Let me
opinion.
rephrase this so you understand this very. What I'm saying is that men are capable of cheating, and the relationship can still stay intact. However, if the woman cheats, the relationship is over.
Not necessarily.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because some men are. Have you ever seen that? Okay, have you ever seen that meme where he's like, oh, well, did you sleep with him? Yeah, I slept with him. You fucking bitch. And then he goes off, and then he's like, can we get back together? And she's like, nah, I don't want to get back together.
Well, ask yourself, why do they not want to get back? Why does she not want to get back together with him?
She just an independent woman. Believe it or not, in my opinion, I believe women can cheat. If the man really does love her and really does respect her as a woman, she can, believe it or not, she can sleep with whoever. Think about porn stars. They cheat every single day.
And how do those relationships go?
They're still with their partners.
They're not actually.
They still have partners continuously every single day.
They can never it's every porn star I've ever met.
So you telling me a woman cannot cheat in a relationship, but a man can cheat in a relationship and he can still be able to move forward. But a woman can cheat in a relationship, but the relationship still can't be intact. Men forgive women too. Men forgive women for, eating. I mean, sorry, not eating. Sorry. Sorry. Men forgive women for being in a relationship.
Oh, you hungry, huh?
No, I'm not hungry.
Yeah, come on, don't lie to
that
us.
one, bro.
No, I'm not hungry.
I know you hungry.
Don't
lie to us.
Oh my
gosh. You want some hot dogs?
Niggas are about to cook. All right.
Nah. Basically, what I was saying about that, but women can cheat in a relationship if men really, really love the woman enough. If they really have a structure and they really have a good relationship, she could cheat and she could leave in the relationship, or she could go sleep around with whoever she wants to and come back. It might be a little bit more of a pushover type dude, but at the end of the day, if he's a pushover, he's gonna take that woman back regardless. If he really, really loves her and really cares for her, doesn't matter who she sleeps with. She's gonna always take her back. Same thing, and that denotes to the point that you said men are willing to cheat and women will take them back. But what if a woman takes them back in the situation? What if he really loves her and really cares for her and he says, oh, I don't care how much men you slept with. I don't care how much dudes you fucked around with. I don't care how much people you pursued.
All right, how many men have you had sex with?
Do I have to say that?
No, you don't actually. The purpose of asking that question was to demonstrate something. You don't feel comfortable answering that question, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. No, I'm saying you don't feel comfortable answering that question,
right?
No,
I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
Now instead of answering that question, let's go into peel it. Why did you feel uncomfortable answering that question?
Because it's just a random question that I'm just not answering, because a lot of people just don't want to put their body count out there. They don't want to just put their sexual history and people that they slept with and how many people that they slept with.
Okay.
They don't want to have to get involved in that. But in my opinion, if it's the right female with the right attitude and he really fucks with her and he really likes who she is as a person, he'll accept her for who she is.
Okay, let's kind of just
regardless of her cheating.
So, look, I asked you that question on purpose. I didn't expect you to answer it. Actually, I knew that you were going to hesitate. I already pre-planned it. The reason why you hesitated is because women understand intrinsically that their body count is tied to their worth, and that worth is tied to their ability to find a man in the future. She kind of described it earlier, Miss Ukraine. Mm-hmm. And this is something that's been all across the world, whether it's Hispanic culture, Islamic, Muslim culture, Arab culture, Christian culture, Jewish culture. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter. Chinese culture, all across the world, female promiscuity has always been admonished, right? And you hesitated to give the answer because you know deep down, if you give that answer, well, that could disqualify you from certain opportunities from certain men. And I'm not saying that to attack you, but if I asked any of the women here, they would be uncomfortable answering that. Rightfully so, because women understand that their body count is tied to their virtue. Their virtue is what makes them attractive to men, and so forth.
But now, what if I had a high body count? Will you feel like my virtue would go down?
Significantly, yes. And your ability to find a man will go down off of that as well. This is why women don't like to disclose their sexual history. And there's a biological reason for that.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Now, the reason for this is because it's easy for women to have sex. It doesn't take skill. However, it takes a lot of skill for a man to have sex. If a man has sex with a lot of women, he's doing something right. Whether you guys want to say, oh, it's ethically wrong. That's not my point. My point is that he's doing something right, whether he has status, he has money, he's charming, he's good looking, he's doing something right. Versus if a woman having sex with a lot of dudes, she's doing something very wrong. So it's simple. What's hard to attain is always respected. What's easy to attain is never respected. This is why the brain surgeon gets far more respect than the high school graduate, because that person had to put in the work to get to that level. Hold on. Sorry. So now that we've established why sex for men is different than it is for women, now we can kind of go into this topic about promiscuity and then why a man can cheat and a woman can't. For a man to get sex from another girl, for us it's just physical. It's not deeply You know, it's not deep like it is for you guys. You guys need to have an emotional tie. This is why it's so bad when you have high body count. Because what's effectively shown is that your soul is gone because you're just fucking anybody. Okay? Men, on the other hand, we don't need those same emotional ties. So we can fuck another girl and come back to our wife and be fine. So when I make the argument that a man can cheat on his girlfriend and the relationship will stay intact, yeah, there's a high likelihood. Now, is there a chance that he could fall in love with a girl? Of course. But what I am saying is that if the woman cheats, it's over. Like, it's cooked. Because she had to get to a certain emotional position to be able to do that. Now, here's and if I'm going to simplify this even more, I'll just say this. When a man cheats, it's like manslaughter. When a woman cheats, it's premeditated murder, serial killer vibes. She had to plan that shit out and get herself to a certain mind state before she did it. Because women know that their value is directly tied to their promiscuity. Versus for us, our value goes up with our promiscuity. So it's not the same. A woman's job when she gets into a relationship is to just not be a whore. Men don't ask for much. Just don't cheat on us. With us, if we cheat on you, we could still provide value. We could provide for you, protect you, give you a home, give you kids, etc. But if you cheat on us, you're useless. Because your only job is to have our kids and not embarrass us by being a whore.
Whoa. In my opinion?
Gotcha, bitch!
Yeah. Okay. Every time I'm about to get to the point, it's like, it's alright. It's cool.
It's fine. You'll be able to come in right after, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah. Men can cheat and the relationship will stay intact, or can stay intact, or capable of staying intact, versus for a woman, it's cooked if she cheats. You disagree?
Yes.
Okay, why do you disagree?
Well, it happened. Well, the men cheating on the women. It happens a lot. The men cheating on the woman. That happens a lot, and the woman usually stays around.
Yep.
But women can cheat on men, and the men will stay.
Okay. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think this is a desirable man that sticks around?
Yes.
No, the answer is a profound no. Because guys that stick around with women cheating on them typically have less options, aren't as attractive, and have lower value. And to make it even worse, if your woman cheats on you and you stick around, she loses all respect for you. Because women know deep down that the only thing men really care about is not being a whore. So if she betrays that one... Actually, you know what? Let's go into a scenario. Let's have fun with this so you really understand where I'm coming from. Let's say you're at a nightclub, right, with your guy. This dream scenario, right? So you're at the nightclub with your guy, right? You guys have been dating for a year or two. Let's say 2 years. Everything is going great. You like him a lot. You get outside, and some guy walks up, punches you in the fucking face, steals your purse, and runs off. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, 2 scenarios. The guy runs after the dude, beats his ass, and gets your purse back, puts him in the hospital. Or other scenario, he doesn't do anything, freaks out, and doesn't know what's going on. Now, would you stay with the guy that freaks out and doesn't know what's going on? Would you stay with him?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm going to think he a bitch.
Okay. Would it be fair to say, would it be fair to say that he betrayed his duty to you?
Yes.
His job was to protect and provide for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's exactly how we feel when you guys cheat on us.
Okay, but...
Yo, hold on. Let that marinate. Just like the dude that didn't want to chase the guy down and protect you, right, and get your bag back, you feel like, holy shit, I don't feel safe with this guy. I can't be with this motherfucker. You break up with him. Rightfully so. Same exact thing with us. If we're with a woman, this girl's a whore. She is a liability. I don't feel protected with her where she's going to destroy my name, going out there being a 304. If we have kids, I don't know if the kid's going to be mine. So just like you feel like he betrayed you by not protecting you, I feel like you betrayed me by not protecting my kid. Because I don't even know if the seed is mine. So
it's not the same though, but
it's the functional equivalent. You got to understand that men and women are different. So what, like a big violation on you is not going to be the same as a big violation on me. Like we have completely, since men and women are different and we're opposing each other, we're adversarial, there's different violations from the opposite genders. Our biggest chief concern is you cheating. Your biggest chief concern is can he provide and protect? So if I don't do my job and I don't protect you and I just let the dude sock you and take your shit, you're going to leave me, rightfully so. He can't do his job. Same as if you cheat on me, you can't do your job. I'm going to leave you. Because a woman's only job really is to not be a whore. And my job really is to protect you.
But men love whores.
Yes, but not as a wife.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, they do.
Here's the thing. Yeah, those girls typically don't get the ring, or if they do, it's for a short period of time. Those girls are recreational use only. They get rented, not bought, unfortunately, or leased. The relationships never last with strippers, never. But anyway, do you have anything?
Never mind.
All right, fair. All right, who else disagrees with men can cheat and the relationship will stay intact, but if women cheat, it's over? Bruh. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. Okay, then come on up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Can I get another
So
one?
I feel like it depends on who the main breadwinner is.
Okay, fair.
Because if the woman is the main breadwinner and she's holding all the masculine energy, I feel as though that at that point, then it doesn't matter. Like, if he cheats, then yeah, you gotta go, because like I'm the one paying all the bills.
Well, that's where the guy
everything.
failed, is by even allowing the woman to be in a position of power
But
like that.
and like in this day and age, a lot of the times women are like
Yeah, I would
holding
agree
the
with you that
home.
allowing a woman to control the frame like that and be the breadwinner, which naturally puts her in a leadership role. Yeah, if she cheats on you, you did that to yourself by being an idiot. But this is why I say men need to.
Yeah, but then at this, what I was
Yeah.
saying in that same token, like if he cheats, then he would be like in that role of like that's not okay, because like you're not even like contributing to the home as much as, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, like, what I'm saying, okay, number one, when women have leverage, they're terrible people. So what you described before with when women have money, yeah, you're right. They're terrible people. And they will go ahead and dog you out and be 304s and talk to you crazy. The reason why I say men need to be the one, because here's the thing. If I boss my girl around and I'm the money maker and I tell her, hey, go to the fucking kitchen, or hey, make me a sandwich, or hey, I'm going to go out, fuck some bitches and come back, that's okay, because that's actually a dynamic that women are attracted to. Like, women, whether they want to admit it or not, like that dominant, assertive lifestyle, right? And I can still provide for her, and I'm in my masculine, she's in her feminine by following me. But when it's the other way around, and she's the one making the money, bossing me around and cheating on me, cooked. She's not going to respect me. She's not going to want to be around me. She's by definition of her fucking other guys, she's not attracted to me.
Yeah.
Because women don't want to run around and fuck other guys. No, most of the time when women cheat, it's kind of out of
like
necessity.
women go out, have fun, and get drunk, and mistakes happen with women too.
Well, this is why, I mean, you're like a woman in a relationship?
Yeah, like men,
Oh, yeah,
like
that's terrible.
a lot of times where like the woman forgives the man is because, all right, the man, he messed up, like he went out, had ball with his friends, and
Yeah.
then like, you know, he may have slipped up and slept with this random girl.
Yeah.
But like women have those experiences too. Like they might be
If
out
she
with
does
their
that, it's cooked.
girls and like.
Yeah, this is why girls should
But
not
what if
be
she
out with
wakes
their
up
girls.
and she's like in like full remorse?
Break up with her? This is why,
Just
like
leave your
girls
shorty
shouldn't
'cause
be
she went out?
girls shouldn't be going out and drinking with the girls' nights out or any of that. Like that shouldn't even be happening.
Well, then guys shouldn't be doing it either.
Are men and women the same?
No, but alcohol goes in the body the same way for men and women, and it affects men.
Women
and
in a
women the
relationship
same.
shouldn't even be drinking without their man around. Preferably, she shouldn't even be drinking. For what?
For what?
Drinking is for hoes and single women.
Yeah, okay, because
Yeah.
you're agreeing with the wrong person.
Yeah, it's because if a woman's gonna drink, right? She's got to be
Yeah.
there with her guy.
Okay.
She's got to be there with her guy. But going out and drinking with your girls, like,
Okay,
that's
well,
an L.
let's change the scenario. What if it's like office party, and then like she's like top of her game, you're top of your game, and like
I don't even think women should work.
think you don't think women should work? Okay, well then that defeats the whole argument because I agree with that.
Because it creates. See, I think a part of
women should work either.
I think a part of a man, like being a man, right, is like you got to protect women from themselves. Like these scenarios that you gave, they shouldn't even have been scenarios in the first place. Her going out with her girlfriends and drinking without you being there. Her having these office parties with her colleagues, like working an office job in general. Like these shouldn't even be scenarios.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of women have work husbands. That's true. Which is why women shouldn't work.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Dang, no, because I was just gonna defend you. Because like men, they'll cut their work wife off as soon as they leave that office. But women, then she's like daydreaming about him
Yeah.
when she gets home. Goddamn.
Yeah. Because women have to get to a certain place cerebrally to even like cheat on their guys. This is why, like, I look at it like if a woman cheats, it's like the ultimate betrayal. The ultimate. You got to get rid of her.
ultimate betrayal?
100%. Women only have one job. Fucking don't be a whore.
Blowjobs.
Women really only have one. Well, we went over this earlier. Women provide very little utility to men outside of sex, right?
Yeah.
Most of you couldn't prove me wrong on that. You didn't give any valid points. So your main argument was that women could provide emotional support when men don't need emotional support. They need solutions. So that's not right. But yeah.
And men can offer other men emotional support.
There you go. They can that and a solution.
There are male therapists
without getting completely dogged. Because here's the thing with women: when you open up to them, they use it against you later. Oh, you bitch ass nigga. Oh, you can't even. You know what I mean? You broke. No, man,
you
it doesn't
crying
work.
About your dog.
Yeah, like it doesn't help to ever open up to women. So it doesn't help. It will hurt you more than it helps you.
I think women take it to the chin better than men do. Like women are more willing to be like passive about it, but I think it hurts in the same like.
Let me bring my bottom line. Earlier I said women provide. See how everything builds upon itself? I said women provide very little utility outside of sex, right?
Yeah.
Then very few of you can come up with any points. She gave 1 point, but it doesn't really make sense. Then I said, okay, since women provide very little outside of sex, if a woman cheats, it's the ultimate betrayal because we only really ask for one thing. Loyalty is the only thing men ask for. And then I gave the example with her earlier where I said, female loyalty is not being a whore. What's our loyalty? Protecting you. Because she said right away, yeah, if he doesn't go chase that guy down, I'm leaving him because I don't feel safe, which I agree. A woman has a right to feel safe with her man.
You need to know your partner, though, too. Like, if you know you're out here dating a nerd, girl, don't be mad at him that he didn't chase that man.
But here's the thing. Biology kind of settles for that. Women typically don't. This is why women don't find nerds attractive. This is why women look for men that are tall, that are in good shape, that are assertive. Women look for these things already when they deal with the guy. So what I'm saying is, rightfully for her, I don't feel safe around this guy. I'm going to leave him. Men feel the same way. I don't feel safe around this girl because she might fucking cheat on me. So we're the same way. It's just that we have different betrayals. Our loyalty is we'll fight to defend you. Your loyalty is not cheating on me.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, who's up next? Topic's done? All right, what's the next topic? Or do we have chats? How you guys liking this this test episode? We're gonna do this next time with 20. Obviously we're starting. Yeah. We're obviously, guys, we're doing it with I think 9 tonight, but you know, in the future we're gonna do it with 20. You know, obviously it's our first time doing it, so. That was from you? Yeah, I could do that one. All right. The next prompt is: women should never leave their marriage for their happiness. Women should never leave their marriage for their happiness. Okay, you disagree? Who wants to come on up? All right, go ahead.
Wait, disagree or agree?
Yeah, if you disagree. I said women should never leave their marriage only for their happiness. Like if their happiness is like, oh, I'm not happy, and they leave, which a lot of women do. So I'm arguing you should not leave your marriage just because you're unhappy. It's a financial agreement. That's funny. All right, who wants to go? Go ahead. Yep. Marriage should not. Women should not leave their marriage just because they're unhappy. Go ahead.
I strongly disagree.
Okay, why do you disagree?
feel that woman should leave a man if she's unhappy because she could always remarry.
Okay. I mean, yes, of course you can remarry. But what I'm arguing is that a lot of women leave their... Okay. So women will destroy their marriage for their happiness, but men will destroy their happiness for their marriage. Like women overwhelmingly initiate divorces in America. And I think that's a problem, especially when you have kids. If you don't got kids, I'll give you a pass. But a lot of times they have kids, and that fucks up everything for the child.
Well, that's true. I'll give you that. It does mess up the development as far as the children, but they do not have to be raised by both parents at the same time. So I could definitely
disagree. I think both parents is the best way.
That would be the ideal picture, but what if it doesn't work? So a woman could still raise children on her own.
But it'll be suboptimal. So she's sacrificing her child's development for her happiness, which ends up happening most of the time. My argument is you should bear it out, not be happy. At least get your kid to college, bare minimum.
I feel that they should not thug it out because you're going to waste your youth on that marriage, on that man that is not deserving when you could just go out there and reach your goals of what you want to be, what's the definition of true happiness, than being with an image that is in a delusion world.
Well, thank you for proving once again that women provide little value outside of their sexuality, because you literally cited your youth as one of the main reasons why you need to get out of there, which proves my point that a woman's sexual market value is perishable. But yeah, I think preserving your youth shouldn't override the development of your children.
That is correct. This is why I disagree with you, and this is why I feel that a woman, if she's
so you
not
think
happy,
your happiness overrides the development of the kids?
Unfortunately, yes.
Ooh. All right. I think that's a big problem why we have the issues that we have in society nowadays.
You know, because if you're not happy with yourself, then you're not going to make your surroundings happy. That's my definition. Why be in a miserable relationship of 40 years long just to keep the children happy together and be raised
with
an image that is
I'm
not
giving
reality?
you a pass. I'm saying at least let the kids get to college. Let them become an adult. I'm giving you a pass. I'm not even telling you the 40 years. I'm saying, like, at least let the kid get to college and become an adult.
That's true. That would be a torture. I mean, I wouldn't do that. My mom did. I mean, she's still married to this day, but she believes in marriage, and I feel that happiness should come first. Sometimes, you know, people, you know, that are married for a long term with a certain amount of children, they tell their children they're not happy. I should have left your father, or X, Y reasons. And I feel that for those factors, it's unhealthy to stay in a relationship just to raise your children. I feel that happiness should go first.
I disagree. I think the kids' happiness and their healthiness overrides your happiness. Therefore, I think if you decide to get married and have kids, you should grind it out with that man and have the kid. But that's fine. Does someone else, do you guys? Oh,
anybody else?
Everybody voted out. Okay.
Okay.
Who's up next?
No, it was her.
Oh, yeah.
You disagreed, right? Okay, it was her, and then it's Coco.
All right. Women should not.
Oh my gosh.
Basically, yeah. Women should never leave their marriage for their happiness.
Women should never leave their marriage for their happiness.
Women should never leave their marriage.
I disagree.
Okay, go ahead. Why do you disagree?
Well, when you get in that marriage, the whole point of a marriage is a bond between each other. As that time progresses, certain factors ruin that marriage.
Okay.
And your closeness, your comfortability with one another, who you are. And sometimes people just grow apart. Sometimes people just can't stay with one another for a long time. Sometimes they can't stand each other as time progresses. So, and that means both of you guys aren't happy. Okay. And sometimes the woman chooses to leave that relationship, and sometimes the man chooses to leave that relationship. Most likely, it may be the woman.
It's always the woman. It's
not always the woman.
80%,
some men are just not happy with their wives.
80% of the time.
Some men have more options. More.
It's 80% of the time, women leave the marriage and initiate the divorce. 80% of the time.
Oh, okay. I understand what you mean by that, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, in order to be able, for both parties, not all the time men are the ones that women are the ones that are dissatisfied in a relationship. Sometimes men are the ones that are dissatisfied in a relationship, and they're the ones who initiate that. Like, for
Rarely.
example, can I give you an example?
You can give the example, but understand that the example you're going to give is a minority. The
it's
majority.
Not a minority. Like, for example, my parents, they met each other in Miami. Mm-hmm. They linked up in Miami. Yep. They fell in love in Miami. Mm-hmm. They had me and another twin. May he rest in peace. But at the end of the day, they're not together. Why did she have to leave? For her happiness?
So your mom initiated it.
She had to.
So that proves my point.
It doesn't prove your point. Some things are in dire need. She had to leave that relationship. If she didn't, she could possibly die, because it was abusive. Think about abusive relationships. Abusive relationships. Certain females have to leave. Have you ever seen so many movies where the woman has to leave the fucking relationship, and she doesn't leave the relationship, the man is going to beat her to death.
Yeah,
He's
the
gonna kill
reality
her
is
to death.
like when women say I'm in an abusive relationship, a lot of the times we've basically taken this term abusive and used it for anything.
No, but
So,
are you supposed to endure abuse?
it's not about
Whether it's
well,
verbally, physically, emotionally, are you supposed to endure abuse?
But see, here's the problem. Like, we just call everything abuse. So, like, if a husband tells his wife, make me a sandwich, that can be construed as abuse nowadays. If a man puts standards on a woman, that can be considered abuse nowadays. Anything can be interpreted as abuse.
Okay, so
And it gives women, like, the ability to kind of just, like, not take accountability
So
for
can we
criticism.
use something? You used to be in law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
When you go to domestic disputes,
Yep.
and the woman is basically saying, "Hey, my husband is beating on me." Is she alleging that she's going through abuse, or is she physically? She could have all the outside physical appearance of showing that she's been beat up and been manipulated.
So
But at the
number
end of
one,
the
when
day-
it comes to domestic violence, if there's one aggressor that beats on the other, most of the time, interesting fact, it's the woman beating on the man. It's not the man
it's
beating
the
on
woman beating on the man,
when there's
or
one
it's the
aggressor.
man beating on the woman.
Okay, pay attention, please. When it comes to men, when it comes to domestic violence, when there's one aggressor, most of the time, it's woman beating on man. However, that is not the norm. The norm is they both beat each other up. Most of the domestic violence situations end up where they both attack each other. But when it's one way, it's from woman to attack a man. So
Not necessarily.
that's what it is.
Especially think about all these situations.
That's
like, for example, you work out very much. You're very fit. That's the whole point of the podcast, Fresh and Fit. You're a fit man, and you may go after petite. You go after petite women, right? You over. I didn't ask for your opinion, but you might go after well put together women, right? So if you go after well put together women, you power over her. Even men in the gym, they're strong, they're built, they dress nice, they're strong, but they go after a petite.
What does that have to do with physical?
But you're saying it has to do with physical appearance. Some men trump over their size of women. Some big men want smaller women. They don't want another big woman right by their side.
What does this have to do with domestic violence and abuse?
It has
That's
to,
what we're talking
because
about.
in domestic violence, big men can beat over small women. That's just the fact of the matter is.
But
my mom was a petite woman.
But just because they can
and
doesn't mean they do.
It's very much that's how the situations is. The woman can't fight in that situation. No man is going to sit here and try to fight no female who is as masculine as her, or he's not going to choose. Statistically shown, because you like statistics, men go after females who are more feminine, more smaller than them. They don't go after the females who are BBW and big, who can fight them off, no, they go after females who they can fight continuously.
Again, remember, you made how did we start here? Like, we started with abuse. I'm telling you that the excuse of abuse, women use that all the time to justify ending relationships, ending marriages. But what I'm saying is a lot of times this abuse is valid criticism. It's valid disagreements. It's her maybe not adhering to what she's supposed to do. And women all the time use abuse for valid criticism. I've seen women call it emotional abuse for her husband critiquing her or telling her, hey, do this instead. So women use it as a failsafe because they know that they're always going to get the benefit of the doubt and they're always going to get the benefit. And this has kind of created this environment where we believe all women. How many women say, "Oh, he abused me. He abused me," and it's a lie.
In abuse
Because abuse is a nebulous term.
No, but I'm saying in the abuse sense of it, do you only feel like abuse is only subject to physical? Because in my opinion, verbal, emotional abuse, you can be called stupid, you could be dumb every single day, and the woman can decrease in self-esteem.
Well, here's the problem. See, it's subjective. Which
do you
means,
call women ugly? Do you call them stupid? Do you call them dumb? Is that how you talk to women to be able to move
let's go ahead and
forward
go
in a
with your
relationship?
scenario. You got to understand that abuse can be interpreted as it's subjective. If I tell one woman you're stupid, she might say, I need to go read a book. I am stupid, and take it as constructive criticism. Another woman will say, that's abuse, even though I am a fucking retard. So the problem with abuse, this nebulous term that women like to throw around when they're in a relationship with a guy, is they can weaponize it right? Off of valid critiques or valid conversation, because women unfortunately don't like to take accountability because the state does it for them. Oh, he abuses you? Sure, let's go ahead. And here's the other reason too. This is the darker side. Women get rewarded for ending relationships. Women get rewarded for divorcing men. They get all this financial situation where they can go ahead and get half the money, alimony, child support. So there's an incentive for women to say, I'm abused. So, and the problem with abuse is it's a subjective term and it's nebulous. No one really knows the definition of abuse nowadays. So, though there are situations where it's valid, I would argue a lot of the times it's used as a placeholder term to justify divorcing, ending relationships, and it's because of their happiness. But the reality is they have a bunch of incentives to leave.
But truthfully, if anything, what about think about celebrities. Think about celebrities who are based off, celebrities who make money, music artists, who get with lesser men who don't make as much as money as them. But at the end of the day, is she the one who initiates the divorce, or is it the man who initiates the divorce?
She initiates divorce.
Because is he staying around for the money? Or is he really not happy in the situation?
That proves my point. Women initiate the divorce, even in that situation you presented.
No, they don't initiate the divorce. You really think she's going to break up with a man? Or you think majority of celebrity relationships, she leaves the man? Or
she leaves.
The lesser partner is the one who
It's incredible to me how you bring up points that actually hurt your argument.
No, it doesn't hurt my argument. I try to bring up valid examples and valid points to actually help my argument. I actually studied speech and debate.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. That's what I'm telling you. I even gave you, but anytime I'm actually trying to present and trying to give an example or actually trying to bring a real life situation, you always try to subject it to make it lean over lesser to more of a man standpoint, or men need this or men need that. At the same time, men are strong, but at the end of the day, if men don't have that nourishment of women in their life, what are they? Because you're completely going off the thing. I said women shouldn't initiate divorce for their happiness. I know in my opinion, you said women shouldn't initiate divorce for their happiness
because of their happiness.
They're the majority who usually do it. But at the end of the day, men can choose to not be interested in a woman and want to leave the situation too.
But men never do that. That's my point. So they rarely do that.
What's the point of the whole show, Cheaters?
You're using a television.
That's a television show, but that's a real life television show of women finding their men cheating on their men and chasing after them and continuing.
They voted her out.
Okay, that's fine. Never get right with this situation. You can never be honest.
All right, women shouldn't end their marriages for their happiness.
I would disagree because I guess if a woman isn't happy, that bleeds into other parts of her relationship, and maybe if she's not happy, she's just affecting the children's quality of life, the husband's quality of life, and for that reason, I feel like if she's affecting all of those things, and that she should be able to leave the marriage. That way.
Do women have high emotional intelligence, in your opinion?
Bruh.
I would say yes.
Do they have higher emotional intelligence than men, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I feel like it's subjective to what kind of woman we're talking about.
In general?
In general, yes.
Okay. What is emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence?
Yeah. What is that?
Just being pick up on like emotional things like sadness, happiness, anger.
Would it be fair to say like being able to control your emotions too, I guess?
Sure.
Okay, so why does the mom control her emotions for her kids?
Because they're in the same proximity and they live a daily life together.
If women have such high emotional intelligence and they're a mom, wouldn't it behoove her to control that, use that emotional intelligence to control her emotions, put on a happy face for a kid for a couple of years, allow them to grow and prosper in a two-parent household?
Sure, but what if she's built up so much resentment that she can no longer do that, and it's affecting everybody, and mental health is a real struggle.
Well, are women adults?
Absolutely.
Do they have autonomy? Okay.
Autonomy?
Okay, do they have the ability to self-determine their future? Agency. They're adults, right?
Yes.
Okay. So can't they behave like an adult and kind of contain themselves and do what's needed for the child for a period of time?
Sure, and most women can, but there's women out there.
Actually, they can't.
Can't?
Well, we can see by the high divorce rates they can't. A lot of women end marriages because they're not happy.
That's just censors. Not everybody reports those censors.
Well, irreconcilable differences or whatever, which basically means I'm not happy.
So wait, what was the point you were trying to make?
Stupid.
No, but I'm just saying.
I mean, didn't you hear him
if
with
they're
the ears?
affecting everybody's quality of life, I'm tired.
I thought you heard everything.
It's been like 3 hours. Can I have some?
Bruh.
What?
Yo. Okay. Who's up next?
Or it's mine is 1 o'clock. So do you want to?
Yeah, we can switch to Rumble.
Okay.
Let's bring everybody over to Rumble. Guys, come on over to Rumble, fresh and fit. Maybe we'll do some JQ a little bit over there. What? Come on over to Fresh and Fit, niggas, on Rumble. We're going to move everybody over to Rumble, and then you can keep the OSS up. All right. OSS and CC, obviously. But yeah, Rumble and Castle Club and OSS only. Come on over, CC17 or OSS, whatever you guys choose. But we're going to get off of YouTube altogether because we already know who runs YouTube. So come on over, guys. Plaster the Rumble link for Fresh and Fit.
Both local.
Yeah, yeah.
Both local.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to switch on over, guys. Come on over to Fresh and Fit.